Good morning, everybody. Quick look at Bitcoin. We were up at, Bitcoin was recently up at highs of 18,483. In the last hour, Bitcoin had a pullback all the way down, look, to the 50 hourly moving average. Perfectly bounced off the 50-hour moving average, which was at all the way down at 17. Quite incredible pullback in the last hour. So Bitcoin scaled 18,373 to begin the hour, and it went all the way down to 17 to test support there. And huge volume involved in Bitcoin. Look at that volume there, look, on the chart. So let's point an arrow to that. This volume here, this is high volume. It's red because obviously bulk of it's selling, but I imagine there was a lot of buying pressure as well from this huge wick here. So you see this wick here, the candle, where it went all the way down to test the 50-hour moving average, and it's bounced off of that average and come back up, and now we're in the mid 17s. I think that there might have been a big profit taking, rush of profit taking. These highs are highs that we haven't seen since mid-December 2017. You know, around Christmas 2017, when the altcoins were really pumping high back then, around January the 4th, and around Christmas, Bitcoin still wasn't at these levels. Bitcoin was around 14,000. We could have a look at that in a moment. So interesting, straight all the way back down to the 50 moving average, which is an important moving average in hourly charts. It's the 20 is the big one. Let's get rid of the 21 EMA. I don't use that on the hourly. This 20, so it's back above the 20 moving average. So it's back in the bullish frame of mind. Immediately back into the bullish frame of mind, where it bounces and closes above the 20. It's still very bullish territory. Let's have a look at a zoomed out chart. We go to the daily chart first, because we've had, wow, look at the daily candle today. That's an incredible candle. It's a spinning top candle because it's got a very small body, a huge wick at the top, and a huge wick at the bottom. That is a spinning top candle. Obviously, it's got another 17 hours and 48 minutes to run, but so far, spinning top candle. Right, now let's have a look at this daily chart, a good look at it. As you can see, it's interesting to look at volumes. Volumes is interesting on the bigger picture. As you can see, there's been a very bullish rally here. We're above all the moving averages on the daily chart. Well, the 200 is at 10,900 now, which is a barometer of where we are. And that would be, if Bitcoin was to suffer the worst possible pullback, that's as low as Bitcoin is going to go in any circumstances now. So all those that were saying, I really don't think, I think it's 99% sure that Bitcoin won't start closing daily candles below 10,902. So remember all that time we were at 9,000, people saying last chance to get in at 10. I don't think it's going below 10,000 ever again. Ever again. A much watched moving average is the 50-day, which is at 13,866. This line here, I can't see Bitcoin going below that level at the moment. I really can't. 13, what was it again? 13,866. Look where I'm looking. I'm looking here. So let me just get a line for you. So these are the volume things here. These are the moving averages. So I need to move my thing down there. So as you can see, look, the 50 is at 13,866. I can't see Bitcoin going below that. The 20 is also going to be support at 15,382. You can't really, looking at Fibonacci levels, you can, but really, it's in such a bullish position at the moment. Let's have a look at the Fibonacci on a longer scale so we can get proper retracement levels. Let's have a look on a weekly chart. So this is for the proper retracement levels. So right, we'll grab the Fibonacci retracement from the highs in December 2017 to the lows in December 2018. And we bring that all the way across here. We'll try and make sure that it's as accurate as possible. So I'll get... Right, that's fine. And what about the top one? Is the top one accurate? I think it might have been working more body to body on these candles though. Because the 786, well, this is significant now. Let me grab the arrow. Significant, look, it's above the 786 convincingly. It hasn't got to the all-time highs of 19. The next target is the all-time highs. The next target in Bitcoin, excuse me, I've just woken up to this excitement of the charts. The excitement of the pullback from 18,398 to 17,000. Everything is stacking up at the moment. Bullish for Bitcoin. Very bullish news. The news stream, the PayPal. A lot of industry insiders are saying, they've turned from what they were saying end of last year, and now that all they're talking about is what I was talking about, the halving. The halving is very important in Bitcoin because it's the supply. The sell pressure dries up. Look at what's happened since the last halving. So the halving was here, 11th of May. Bitcoin is priced at 9,000. Now, since then, there's been no significant sell-offs on any weekly candle, apart from this week here, which was a healthy, stealthy pullback to the 21-week EMA, the most important moving average in the history of any chart for Bitcoin. This blue line here, the 21-week EMA. Whenever Bitcoin is in an uptrend, so let's get it on there. This line here, the 21-week EMA, whenever Bitcoin is in any uptrend, it comes down to test that as support and then rallies away higher. But this is a phenomenal rally at the moment. This is unprecedented. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. 7 weeks of continual upward trajectory in price. We haven't had that. We had, in March, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 7 weeks in March after the COVID. Now, I was talking about the COVID yesterday. What a buying opportunity this was in March when Bitcoin came down here. Look, on the 9th of March, the lows were 3. Look, at the top there, you see this figure here? Right, have a look at this figure here. On the lows there, right, now look at that figure when I go onto this candle here. So I'm on that candle there, and the lows there, have a look, they're 3,850. So that was a brilliant buying opportunity. We had 7 weeks, but in those 7 weeks, the price went from 5,353 to highs of 9,485. So we had about a $4,000 increase. Now in this increase here, we've gone from 10,666 to 18. So you're looking at double in these 7 weeks here. This uptrend here that we're in at the moment. Let me grab my arrow so I can show you what I'm talking about. Sorry, it's getting bigger. This 7 week period here is an increase in the region of £8,000 range. $8,000, range. $8,000. Now this increase here in March, phenomenal though it was, and you could have predicted it with the COVID thing. You know, Bitcoin was clearly undervalued with the halvening coming up. Look at what happened here. 7 weeks, but that is only a 4,007 week increase. $4,000. So we're looking at double in the last 7 weeks. Now let's have a look at last year. So we had last year's figures here. We had a brilliant rally last year. Bull trap though it was clearly a bull trap. We're talking about something here that you know, any normal individual person, if they put like £10,000 into this, they would be earning like £20,000 a year. They wouldn't need to go out to work in the mornings, or they could carry on with work, but they would have options about, they could go part-time at work, or they could leverage their time in a lot better way from just a measly £10,000 investment. You know, just a wise £10,000. Right, let's just have a look at that on a calculator quickly for you. So we had lows there of 3,850, didn't we? So we had 18. Was it 18,398 minus 3,850? And this is Bitcoin. This is safe. Yeah, Bitcoin is safe. Some of the altcoins, I know what you're talking about. It didn't work. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. Let me do it. Right, so we had 18. Was it 18,398, the high? Let's have another look. The high this morning, 18,483. It gets higher and higher. 18,483. So let's get that up on the calculator. 18,483 minus 3,850 equals. Divide that by 3,850 equals times 100. Bitcoin is up 380% from the lows in March this year. 380%. How incredible is that? What an investment. How safe Bitcoin is as an investment. So let's put a percentage on that, and let's times that by 10,000. You would have earned £38,000 from a £10,000 investment. If you'd have invested £10,000 in March, you would have earned £38,000 by now. So you would be withdrawing £48,000 from a £10,000 investment. Right, last year, we'll have a quick look at last year. It was a phenomenal rally, but it was pre-halving. So we had what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks there, but you're talking little piddly things, little 7 weekers. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks there. So this 7 weeks was interesting because this is where it broke out of the lows in February. But these are little candles. Look, the price went from $3,413, and at the end of the 7 weeks, well, the last week, look, the first 6 weeks, it had only gone up $1,000. So these little green candles here, it's only gone up 1,000, and then we had that huge banker's bonus. Now, the Fibonacci is interesting because we've got a weekly candle. Let's go back to the current position we're in. We have a weekly candle here above the 786 Fibonacci, opening just below. But let's see what happens if we start the fibs. Let's start these fibs from the lows, from the bodies of the candle. Because sometimes it works better, because sometimes wicks are inaccurate. You know, wicks, it might have only been at that price and the wick for a couple of minutes, and then bounce back up. So it hasn't had true trading. So you can't really truly measure from that level. So we're on the body there of that candle. Let's go to the body of this candle. Right, dead on, straight on the body of this candle. And right there, according to this one, look, This was the one I was more interested in, the body to body. We closed above the 786 last week. Closing above that is a big sign, and it's clearly on the way to the close of the all-time high week. Now, the all-time high week closed here. Let's have a look at exactly. I've tried to measure it right, but it's good to zoom in to see exactly where you are. So the all-time high week, see, I'm not 100% accurate still. It's to be dead on that line. There. The all-time high week closed at 18,953 on the week. So it's that week there, 11th of December. So the close that week, and then Bitcoin went right down, didn't it? Around Christmas, I bought some Christmas Day, and it was 13. So I'm in profit at last on that little bit that I bought. But of course, I've bought more since then. I've added lots more since then at 5K, 7K. But my first bit of Bitcoin was 13K. So it's taken me a while to get that back. But that was only a little £1,000 or something, 999 I think I spent on it. So the accumulation is what you need to do with this. But look, let's have a look at this 21-week moving average again, because this is what we need. We need a violent correction to the 21-week EMA, and then we buy in again. So if you folks are waiting for a buy-in, everyone's looking at the charts now. This is not my Stratum crew. With my Stratum crew, I think, look, the altcoins are going to pump. When Bitcoin corrects, the altcoins are going to pump. So keep buying Stratum Blue. And if you're an altcoin trader, buy the altcoins. But Bitcoin, I wouldn't buy that at the moment. I wouldn't buy Bitcoin at the moment. I'd wait for this violent correction to the 21-week EMA, because it always does it. Look, there, 10th of July, violent correction. Took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. A 6-week correction. 6 weeks where it had gone phenomenal, then 6 weeks correction. So don't get down and disheartened if Bitcoin starts going down a bit. 21-week EMA, boom, bounce back up, boom, right up to highs of 4979. Then 2 weeks, big correction all the way down to 2972. Bounce off the 21-week EMA, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks again. 7 weeks in 2017 up to 30th of October. Then again, another correction. Didn't go all the way down that time to the 21-week EMA because it got so far ahead of itself. That was when Bitcoin was overvalued. Yeah, there's always that. You need to look for the true value in markets. Now, when Bitcoin found 3,000, when Bitcoin came down here and found this point here, the 200-week moving average, Bitcoin had found its value at that stage. Its value was 3,000, because when it was going up here, it was completely overvalued at that time. It became completely overvalued, and it took a long time for Bitcoin to find its true value there. When it found its true value, it went on a sucker's bull trap, which was a futures market, make smart money prying on the dumb money. So it went for a monumental run and became overvalued again. Bitcoin was overvalued, and then it found its true value in November and December 2019. Its true value at that point was around the 6K, the high 6K, low 7K mark. So around 6,515 to 7,880. True value Bitcoin. At this stage here, December 2019, Bitcoin was true value for money. It had found its point. Same as it had found its point here when it was 3K. It was its true value. This was unhealthy. If it had stopped here and gone sideways here at 8K, that would have been healthy. It went up to 14, which was way overvalued. So it finds its true value here. Then it goes, this was the start of the bull run here. This was the start, pre-halving bull run. Then we had the COVID, which presented the most phenomenal buying opportunity in the history of financial markets, in my opinion. When it came down here in March, it was the most incredible buying opportunity in capital market history, in my opinion, because It had started this bull run here. This was the bull run that had started.